Hey there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. This is our robber. This is our weapon. I guess you have to have a weapon if you're going to be a robber. Maybe not. I don't know much about robbery. Anyway, rob Peter to pay Paul is one possible way to deal with debt. We're talking about debt as a key indicator with respect to our challenge today, financial goals, with respect to the Get Your Goals annual challenge. We're doing one thing every day that helps us get what we want, and that's something different every day. And today we're looking at and examining and just considering, what are our debts? Why do we want to manage our debts? Is there good debt and bad debt? What are some ways of dealing with debt? What are some challenges to dealing with debt, etc.? And there's a write-up, of course, in Guide 17 of the Get Up and Go Challenge private Facebook group, and you can go there and you can read a write-up ever since February 1st. And I should probably go back and do the month of January. I may or may not. If I get extra time somewhere along the way, I will go back and I will do January 1st through 31st at just using ChatGPT as a way to write up some more information about the topic that we covered on those days. Of course, the videos are all there in Guide 16 on the same group. You have to join the group. You have to answer the 3 security questions. Basically, you have to promise you're not going to spam the group, because it's a private group. There's tons of information in there. There's last year's whole annual challenge, all 365 days of that. There's this year's challenge up to day 164, which is today. There are the write-ups in Guide 17. And then there's another 14 guides of different challenges that we did in 2020 during the pandemic. In 2021, did a 30-plus day challenge every other month during 2020 and 2021. So you can go in and you can learn some pretty cool things there. You can search by topic, etc. And that's why we don't want you to spam that group. Today, for Supersize Your Business, of course, our idiom was to rob Peter and pay Paul. A lot of people think this is a biblical reference, but it is not mentioned in the Bible at all. Didn't come along until, let me grab my notes, 1340 by John Wycliffe. And he basically had a quote about, well, we can't really rob from Peter and give it to Paul in God's name, because that would not be right? So it's not really a biblical reference, but that's where it came up. And then also there's a story about St. Peter's cathedral being shut down in order for all of its assets to be moved to the St. Paul Cathedral. And so that also encourages the rob Peter to pay Paul type of idiom. I don't know that I've used this idiom. It's not one that I would probably say very often, but I've definitely had to set priorities and decided what to pay in a priority order in my personal life as well as in my business life. Sometimes we don't have unlimited resources to pay everything simultaneously or when it first becomes due, and we have to be willing to figure out how to make those things happen, how to keep moving forward in every area and aspect of our life. And financially, that's one that we all experience. So we're talking about debt today. We're just going through and looking at what is our personal debt situation as part of the challenge. And hopefully not robbing Peter to pay Paul in very many instances, but sometimes we are. Sometimes in my life, I did have to set priorities, and there weren't enough resources for all of the expenses that I was incurring as I was raising my family or building a business. And other times, there isn't debt. There isn't a problem. There isn't a challenge with inflow versus outflow of usually cash or money or resources. So those are the topics and pieces of content that I created today. It is Tuesday in my neck of the woods, and Tuesday is always a fun day for me. I do a lot of planning and coaching and consulting on Tuesdays. Tuesdays is a fun day that way. But if I can help you in any way, if you have any questions or concerns, hit me up and ask. Otherwise, I will be with you tomorrow. Make it a great day.